To James Bond, it was a license to kill. But for the guests here tonight, it's a license to give, dressing in their finest suits and most elegant dresses, all in the name of charity. Andy, what's happening here tonight?
Oh, this is a James Bond. It's a fundraiser for the Niagara Peninsula Children's Center, and they hope to raise $20,000. So I hope it happens because we need the funding badly.
Why is it important to help with this type of organization?
Well, it's pretty important. We have 3,000 kids in care, and they come from all over Niagara. So it's not just St. Catharines; it's all over Niagara. There's 1,000 kids on the waiting list, which is pretty sad. Really, what the center does is we do speech therapy for children. We do a lot of therapy we have a swimming pool there where we do a lot of therapy for kids that have a hard time walking, communications, just pretty amazing work.
Blake Belcher holds the Niagara Children's Center close to his heart when 2 years ago his son was diagnosed with autism.
All of this celebration that you see around me was an idea that happened just late last year because I saw a need, and that the fact that there's so many children now, 2 years later, even after my son had gone through, that are now on an 18-month wait list on some of the programs. So myself and my colleague Patrick from Roofers Plus, we decided to put an idea together and take some action to raise some money.
You mentioned your son and autism 2 years later. How has that affected and impacted your family?
Well, it's been quite a few challenges. I mean, of course, people at first they didn't think there was anything that was overly. It's hard to really tell at 2 years old that something is just not quite there. And what has happened is that it first is an overwhelming experience, which we know amongst many other parents out there that have this situation that there's something there that needs some help. And it is a process that you have to communicate very well amongst parents and figure out the situations as well, which is recommended from all the people at the Niagara Children's Center, doctors. There's so many different people that are just almost probing your child. Like it's very overwhelming experience. But the thing is, though, is it's incredible that they've been able to come in and help and get all of these different skills to get him moving to where he is now.
You look around, a lot of beautiful dresses and slick suits. Why the James Bond theme?
Well, it was a little bit inspired. First of all, we wanted to do something that was more on the high-end scale of things than a cocktail party, which is naturally what I love to do, and entertain at cocktail parties as my profession. And then what happens is it was just like it's 50 years anniversary of Bond. Skyfall is coming out. How natural to do that. So I mean, the ideas just kept going and flowing from there. And as soon as we did our first press release, it was incredible, and I can't say that enough, on how many emails that I've got from other businesses or people just saying, how can I help? I didn't have to go door knocking. I didn't have to pick up the phone and do cold calling and stuff like that. It was just pretty much saying, yes, there's a dire need, and how can I help? So it was just setting up meetings with all of these people, as you can see around me, and businesses and representatives of businesses, and as well friends and other people and colleagues that just said, how can we help?
The first annual James Bond Gala was a definite hit, but don't worry if you missed out. There will be many more events supporting the Niagara Children's Center later this year. For The Source, Michael Onley, Niagara on the Lake.